What's worse than getting older? Saying older. Alright, well, maybe that's not true, but saying older can be a challenge because of that O sound that links with a dark L sound, and then links with a D sound, and then even links with like an R sound.
Oh my gosh, so much to keep track of.
Let's try to make words like this a little bit easier. To begin with, let's talk a little bit about O. So when you make the O, some people are saying that, you start with your mouth wide and then it's going to close like O, O. My only issue with that is if you're saying O, you are shifting your placement up as you say that. And remember, in American English, we want our placement low. We want to be very open with our breath. Low and open. So, O. Oh, notice that when I'm doing that, my lips are straighter. So that's something that you can try doing too to get more of an O sound versus O. One of the things that you'll also do with that O sound is have the tip of your tongue down. O. And that's going to be helpful when we link to the L sound because we're not actually going to make a normal L. We're going to make a dark L. That means the front of our tongue is actually going to be down and the back of our tongue is going to rise a little bit. And the sound is going to be like see how much breath is coming through there. And then again, my placement's staying low. If you end up with something like ol, that's not quite the sound we're going for. Ol. One thing you can try doing to practice this is also just trying to say all 3 times. I would encourage you as you're practicing that, try to link them all together with breath and try to do it fast too, because you don't want to give your body any chance to reset. Now we're finishing with that der sound. And there's a couple different ways you can pronounce this. What you may be used to is for the D, having the tip of your tongue high against the top of your mouth, as well as for that R sound. So like der. That's fine, that can work. It can close off the sound and cause your placement to rise. That's the only thing you want to be careful of. So instead of der, you want more der. So notice that for that sound, the tip of my tongue is actually pretty low. It's actually against the bottom of my mouth. The middle of my tongue can rise and make contact up against the top of my mouth, my alveolar ridge. But it doesn't have to either. So like, let's do that 3 times. Der. So in theory, when I'm saying older,
I can actually keep the tip of my tongue down against the bottom of my mouth the entire time.
Older. Like for instance in the question, who's older? Or she's my older sister. Now there's some other words that also have that old ending that I just want to run through with you. Gold, fold, sold, told, mold, bald. Which one of those words did you find to be the most difficult? You can let me know in the comments. If you're still finding the O sound difficult, or if you're finding the dark L sound difficult, take a look at these videos over here.